our next speaker, Abigail the Awesome. Why fast food is good for you? Big hands together. Abigail the Awesome. Why fast food is good for you?
Today, I'm going to tell you why junk food is good for you. Once, a girl went to a restaurant called Big Burger World. She strolled over to the clerk and asked for a hamburger. He said, "A large or king size?" She replied by saying, "What's the difference between a large and king size?" The clerk said, "One causes stroke and the other heart attack." See, this proves my point. Look how powerful junk food is. One thing to say, a lot of people love junk food. My brother loves it. There's a problem with that though. If we're on a long road trip and we're looking for the closest place to eat, I'm pretty sure he'll chant, "McDonald's, McDonald's." You can make your friends or children happy by giving them candy or any type of dessert. That counts as junk food. And then they will be super happy and excited. Plus, junk food can make you hyper, so then you'll always be very happy and excited. Somewhat like caffeine, you won't be able to fall asleep in school. A lot of kids think that healthy isn't cool. This is another reason why junk food is good. If you bring veggies to a party instead of junk food, then that is like so not cool. If you do bring junk food instead of veggies, everybody will want to become your friends. You'll become popular and smart if you eat junk food because, referring to what I said before, sweet junk food will keep you awake, which will make you listen to the teacher with 10 times more attention. Plus, that means students will become super smart and go to the best schools and colleges ever! Wouldn't you like that for your children? Junk food could also make you grow fat, which makes children love you, or babies, and they will bounce on you. Think of all the fun of going on a human trampoline! A long time ago, if people were plump, this is just a nice way of saying if they were fat, then they would be rich and respected. This is good, because junk food makes you plump, which means that you probably would have to be respected by your peers. The only people who won't respect you are the toddlers, who haven't learned about plump people being welcome. These are my reasons why junk food is good. Eat more, grow plump, and as my 4th grade teacher said, life's short, eat dessert first. Now that you know this, try it out and eat at a junk food restaurant this weekend. Junk food rocks!
For inspiring us to eat more junk food and get plump. Okay, our next contestant
Matthew
is Helen the Hilarious. The speech title is Ducks.
Hello. You guys obviously don't know the first thing about ducks. There are luck ducks, buck ducks, suck ducks, and so on. Actually, I just made those up. Let me tell you a duck story. Once I saw a duck, but it was no ordinary duck, no. I sensed that it would be the duck that would destroy the world. Oh no! But as I watched, all the duck did was cross the road. Maybe it wasn't the duck. Who knows? At least I tried my best. Right then and there, I decided to write a book about ducks. When I finished, I turned it into the nearest publishing business. About a month later, I got a letter saying that it might be accepted. What? They sure have some nerve. I'll find some other place to publish my book. Turns out I couldn't find another place. So I just sent another book that I wrote. But about a month later, I got a letter saying that it was not accepted. So it kept going like this. Either no or might, but a month later it would always say no. Until one day, I got a really big letter. And it said that they would appreciate it if I never sent them another letter. They are so rude. Well, I guess I did send them 2,789 books, but still. So I decided that I would go to them myself and have a little talk. The talk didn't go so good. It went something like this. Hi, my name is Helen and I would like to talk to the publisher. The publisher is not available right now, so please leave now. I know, nice talk, but at least I tried. So when is the publisher available? I asked, but all the person did was ignore me. I guess I am known as the person that sent 2,789 books. After that, I decided to learn more about ducks because then my duck books would have more knowledge about ducks. After reading every duck book that I could find, I sent another 122 books that I wrote to the publisher. Then I got an even bigger letter from the one before, 5 minutes after I sent the last book. I sent them all together. The letter said that they would that they would call the police if they ever got it. What kind of policeman would arrest a person for writing books? Seriously. And for once in the story, I was right. So I decided to write one more book. And it was the only book that was published from my 2,412 books that I sent to the publisher. You also just finished the 3,412 book that I wrote. So the lesson that I have learned from the ducks is that I am a duck. A determined, unstoppable, committed kid. And I never give up, so you shouldn't either. So come on, let's be ducks. Determined, unstoppable, committed kid. Thank you.
See, the children have the wisdom to change our perspective. Who would know? Sending a book about ducks 2,700 and whatever times will get you here. All right? Okay, our next speaker will be Sophia the Splendid. Put hands together for Sophia the Splendid. Her speech title is My Funny Family.
Hi. There is a lot going on in my family every day, and some of them are super funny. Let's start off with my mom and dad. Sometimes my mom is just in love with her phone. So for example, when I was little, I would always go outside and spin round and round with my graceful dress on a patch of green grass and flowers, with the sun shining behind my braided hair, and every 5 seconds I would always glance at her, hoping she would give me one look. There was also one time when I was shouting at her, "Mom, look at me, Mom." I mean, I see her acknowledging me, but her eyes are literally glued. So I really want to say to her, "Really, Mom? Do you really know the phone better than your awesome child?" My dad is also good. One time, me and my brother asked if he liked the name Twilight or Fluttershy. His reply was, "What? I hate both of those names. Toilet or Fattenshine?" There's also my brother. He's funny too. Oh, and just to tell you, this is so disgusting. So one time we were eating lunch, and he was the first one to be finished, so he decided to sit on the couch and wait for us to eat. Soon he got kind of bored and started singing a song. Then in the middle of the song, he paused a long moment. Suddenly he quick stood up and rushed to the bathroom. While I was eating, I heard him say, "Oh, it's a long one." I also have a funny grandma, and when she was in China, she did some pretty funny things. One day, my grandma was calling her friends, but she accidentally dialed the wrong number. So she apologized, hung up, and redialed, but she got the same person. My grandma tried once more, same result. So she said to the person on the other end, "Look, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to call my friend again, and this time I don't want you to answer." So those were some of the things my family members said that is a big, huge, giant reason why I love my family.
Thank you, Sophia. I wish I could jump. No, I'm not going to break my nose. Okay, our next humorous speaker, Catherine the Courageous. Hands together for Catherine. Speech title, Annoying People on the Internet.
Now that it's school time, I've been using social networking a lot. And I've noticed that there are a lot of annoying people on the internet. These range from the over-abbreviation people to the show-off people. Number one, the over-abbreviation person. These people over-abbreviate every single word they type. I know typing all those long words are tiring and they waste tons of time, but that doesn't mean you have to over-abbreviate every single word. For example, hey, what you doing today? NMWAY? Nothing much too. That's cool, LOL. Is that even funny? IK, LOL. Can you sort of stop with the abbreviations? No. MYOB, Shift L, Shift O, Shift L, Shift What type of energy drinks are you drinking? Number two, show-off people. These people take pictures of themselves and then write a comment showing off how beautiful they are. For example, they take a picture of themselves and say something like, people say I look like Justin Bieber, but whatever. Number three, the negative people. These people are so negative that they have to take it out on other people. For example, I just lost 10 pounds. I'm so excited I reached my goal this year. Then why do you look exactly the same? I just got my bachelor's degree. I'm so excited to get my master's. Getting your bachelor's degree isn't even hard, and everybody already has their master's, even their PhD. Or, I just went to Japan and I donated $1,000 to charity, and I went to China and saved 100 pandas. So now you're going to care about pandas? What about the red monkeys from Australia? Number four, the food obsessed. These people take a picture of every single thing they're going to eat and then post a comment that they're going to eat it. Number five, the K-pop lovers. These people, technically every single post is about K-pop. Or something like, Chinese new album is coming out! Or YouTubers react to K-pop. Number six, the hashtaggers. These people take a picture of something and then every single comment or post they put is something to do with hashtags. For example, they take a picture of a beach and they write hashtag beach, hashtag fun with friends, hashtag fun with friends in the sand, hashtag fun with friends in the sand in the water, hashtag fun with friends in the sand in the water in the sun, hashtag beach roller. Number seven, the annoying people. These people are so annoyed in life that they don't even want to answer other people's questions. For example, they say something like, my parents hate me, they kicked me out of their house. And they reply like, why? And they go like, I don't really want to talk about it. These are just a few annoying things people do on the internet. I know I do some of these things, but I know when to stop and when it's over extreme. Now you know not to do any of these things. Thanks and LOL.
Very good. LOL. All right, we have another humorous speaker, Emily the Excellent. Big hands for Emily the Excellent. 10 ways to make people like you.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
So I'm guessing all of you have met at least one person who you tried to befriend only to have them completely shun you. You can always follow the more conventional methods of asking them what they like and sending them gifts, but that takes forever. So for your convenience, I have assembled 10 steps to get someone to like you. First, you should stick to them as often as possible. Be as clingy
as you can and always grab onto some body part of it. It doesn't matter if it's their arm, leg, even their hair. Maybe you can even super glue yourself. Second, you can stalk them to get to know them better. Third, every time you meet them, recite facts about them at the top of your head. This will result with them knowing how much time and effort you have put into stalking them. They'll start to feel special because you spent so much time just trying to get to know them better. Number 4, you should send auras of hate towards anyone else who dares approach them. Then they'll have no choice but to like you. You're the only one around. Number 5, from all the stalking you've done, you know their favorite color, so paint their house that color. They'll love it because it's their favorite color. Number 6, you should also know their favorite meal by now. Buy them this meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They obviously won't get tired of it because it's their favorite meal, right? Number 7, by now you should know every single article of clothing that they own. Throw out your old clothes and buy the same exact that they have. Number 8, based on your skillful espionage, you should know which outfits they're going to wear each day. Now, dress accordingly so you guys can match every day. This will result in an increased level of closeness, and then people looking at you will think, oh, those two are so cute. Even matching. Okay, number 9. You should hack into their social media. Under their name, write posts about how much they adore you and love you. Maybe they'll really start to think that they did write it themselves. And last but not least, you should kidnap them. That way you can spend time with them even if they are unwilling to do so. Maybe they'll start to think, she cares about me so much, she'll even kidnap me. So remember these 10 easy steps to getting someone to like you. This has a 99.999% success rate, so it's pretty much guaranteed. But just don't sue me if it doesn't work for you.
Oh my God, I have tears. I don't know about you. I think I just grew 5 wrinkles right around the corner of my eyes. Holy moly, we have more humor speakers. Okay, our next speaker is Morgan the Marvelous. Put hands together for Morgan the Marvelous. Doesn't she look like a 95-year-old grandma? The magic wand gonna change her into a 95-year-old grandma. The speech title, The Adventure of Grandma Morgan.
Children, I'm so glad that you are all here today. Today I'm going to tell you about my adventurous life. Let me start by telling you a story when I was only 8 years old. In that summer, I was going to Ocean City for vacation. My mom was driving a Honda van. And not long after we left the house, we got stuck in horrible traffic. After 12 hours, we only drove. It was so bad that after 12 hours, we only went 12 miles. So we decided to go back home before anybody's bladder exploded. I learned 3 important life lessons from that trip. 1, the green light doesn't always mean go. I saw the green light go green 100 times and we did not move an inch. do? Everybody curses in traffic. Including parents. Number 3, I gotta do something about this traffic. When I was 22 years old, I became an astronaut. I like being an astronaut because there's no traffic in space. You should visit space one day. Maybe I'll take you. One day when I was roaming around in outer space, I saw this alien. 1 minute the alien was bouncing like a ball. The next minute it was flying like a jet. And then it was floating like a boat. So I thought to myself, if my car can do all those stuff, then I won't have any more traffic. So I worked really, really, really hard. After 7 endless months, I succeeded! I made a car that could fly over traffic and float like a boat when I run into the river. I called it Flanda. A flying Honda.
That's good.
And I flew back to Earth in my Honda, Flanda, as I was zooming closer, closer, and closer. Guess what's the first thing I saw?
What?
Traffic. Terrible traffic. And in that traffic, I saw this old lady in a fancy car having a heart attack. I knew she had to go to the hospital, so I flew as fast as I could and dragged her out of her window. Put her in my Flanda. And flew as fast as I could in my Flanda to the hospital. I got there just in time. When she woke up, she opened her eyes and grabbed my hand and said, "Dear Charles, will you sell me your flying car for $12 million? I was shocked. It was Queen Elizabeth visiting me. I said to her, "Of course, Your Majesty. Would you buy 2 instead?" That $24 million I opened my own factory. I made so many Flandas that now everybody on Earth has a Flanda. And those cars like Honda, Toyota, BMW, and Ford no longer exist. Cars that can't fly are just such silly things today. And I even managed to make mini Flandas for kids. That can turn into a magic carpet, a skateboard, and a bike, and roller skates. And the best part is that you don't need a driver's license for Honda. So now there's no cops on the road. And that is my adventurous life. That is your grandma's adventurous life. If you can learn one thing, that is, from your grandmother's life, is think big, dream bigger.
Thank you, Morgan, for dreaming bigger. $12 million from Flanda. If you want to buy one, please see her after the contest. All right, our final humorous speaker, Iris the Inspiring. Put hands together for Iris the Inspiring. All about PC. All about PC, Iris the Inspiring.
Okay, does anyone horizontally expanded. No one farts anymore. We all just expel alternative gases. You know on Halloween or at a funeral, you look into the coffin or something and you see a corpse, right? They're not called corpses. They're called permanently static post-human masses. In every classroom, there's one or two ignorant people. They're not ignorant. They're just knowledge-based non-possessors. Is anyone here a vegetarian? Really? Well, have fun eating your seared, mutilated animal flesh. Okay, so you're driving along the road and then you hear a squish, then a crack. Roadkill. Euclid compressed, maladapted life forms. And frog is deemed, well, insulting. So now they're just amphibian Americans, just like all of us. Okay, I have a cousin named Bob. He's a helicopter driver. He was flying over to California and around halfway there, or what seemed like halfway, his helicopter's GPS broke and it was too foggy to see. He approached a tall building. He searched through his helicopter and found a piece of paper and wrote down, "Where am I?" The people inside the building scrambled to find a piece of paper and wrote back, "You are in a helicopter." Bob immediately knew that this was the Microsoft building. Technically correct, but useless answers. Okay, does anyone have one of those friends that come over to your house and want to do something really boring, like go to an opera or communicate in a way that's not texting? Okay, the next time they come over, here are 8 handy excuses to use. Number 1, I don't usually go out on days that end with days. Number 2, unfortunately, there's a disturbance in the force. And it's not with me right now. I don't go anywhere without the force. Luke Skywalker strongly advises against it. Number 3, my hamster was playing in the mud with the pigs today. I need to give it a good washing. Stupid hamster. I need to go to the post office to see if I'm still wanted. Obama is coming over for some tea today, or at least that's what his text said. And they say, never ditch the president, he likes his tea time. I need to teach my parrot to sing Adele's hit song, Someone Like You. Why? Because it's a catchy song, don't judge me. Number 7, my brother-in-law's father's, grandmother's, sister's, aunt's, godmother's, granddaughter's turtle died. And before you ask, yes, it was a tragic death. So we cannot go into the details. And last but not least, I need to spend some serious time worrying about an excuse as to why I don't want to do anything today. Let's wrap up with some more PC. The other day, I read on the news, I read a news article that astronauts were deeming the phrase dwarf planet insulting to dwarf planets. The new candidates for the new names are smaller solar system bodies, little planets, equatorially challenged planets, and spatially minimized planets. Some future inhabitants will feel mentally traumatized as a result. Now, I'm not saying goodbye, I'm formally leaving. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All the judges are completing and finishing your ballots. And we're going to move on to our final part of the contest, which is impromptu speech. Okay, so the contestants I'm calling, please step forward. And Carol the Courageous will escort you out of the room because you will not. Well, let me give the speaking order first. The first contestant is Kevin the Courageous. The second is Elizabeth the Elegant. The third is Adam the Awesome.
I was supposed to be 4.
It's okay. You're the third. Because I said so. then number 4th is Richard the Reputable.
No, no. Adam,
And
you
the
want water?
final contestant is Michelle the Marvelous. So please all step forward. Everybody except Kevin, please. Carol the Courageous will escort all the contestants out of the room.
Adam, follow her.
So make sure they don't hear that, they don't put their ears leaning on the door to hear the topic. So Kevin can stay in. So we'll have 4. This is only 1 minute speech. If you make sure they are the belly so they won't hear us.
The judge, you can give me the first sheet paper, I can start telling.
And then I think Annie and Yanni, you are the ballot counter. So you help them collecting, the judges can put their hands up. And then you can give to Coach Mike.
Richard is not smart.
Carol, make sure none of the ears was on the door, okay? All right, we'll collect all the ballots. There should be 10 ballots. Once the judges are done, just lift them up. So Miss Melody, you help fill out. Coach might fill out the category. That's okay. We have time. Okay. Coach Mike, can we start? Okay, go next. Okay. All right. Please put our hands together for Kevin the Courageous. All right, Kevin. Puff! The genie popped out of the bottle and will grant you 3 wishes. What your 3 wishes are and why? Hands together for Kevin the Courageous.
So, if a genie popped out of nowhere and granted me 3 wishes, I would wish for 1, world peace. So no one will have conflicts resolved with violence or with weapons. My second wish would be that if the world ends, then we would have this one place where we can all escape to. So we at least have that little bit of chance to survive. My third wish is that Mother Earth can be protected from any harm by pollution or like pollution. See, I go to FLL, First Lego League. It's a robotics competition. And for my research project, I went to USGS, and they said that the only place where we can live, like that we can sustain life, is on Earth. So, because if Earth is destroyed by ourselves, then it would be very sad because this is our only home. Thank you.
Don't worry, if you see the reading card, it's not red, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the time, okay? All right, our next contestant, Elizabeth the Elegant. All right, big hand for Elizabeth the Elegant. The genie came out of the bottle and will grant you 3 wishes. What your 3 wishes will be and why? Elizabeth the Elegant.
If a genie granted me 3 wishes, it would be for me to have a machine machine that would stop my brother from annoying me. He's really annoying, and I don't like him. Another one would be to have my mom and dad to stop being mad at me. They always often yell at me and do other stuff that normal parents would do to their daughters and sons if they do something bad. And my last one is to have a lot of candy because it's really yummy and I like it, but I would never share it with my brother. That I would wish for if a genie came to me is to have my brother to stop annoying me, have my parents not to get mad at me, and to have lots of candy.
Great job. You can be seated. You don't need to step outside. All right, our next speaker will be Adam the Awesome. All right, put hands together for Adam the Awesome. Okay. Puff, the genie came out of the bottle and will grant you 3 wishes. What your 3 wishes will be and why?